Good Tuesday morning, Central Texas. Hannah Rucker here in the KVUE Traffic Center. Wanted to give you a look around what our current driving conditions are right now. It is no secret as Texans, we do not do well in these conditions. And wanted to give you a live look at what's still going on in South Austin today. Pretty much still operating at a full closure. They're just now opening up some of those lanes. We had that incident a little bit earlier involving that tractor trailer. That is cleared out. There was then a separate crash in the same area. And once again, this is if you're coming in from the Buda area where it meets with SH 45. Southbound travel looks a little bit better, but it has been a rough morning, just a rough go, because obviously everything going on in San Antonio and those ice patches really making that for some hard travel coming in from there. Aside from that, also want to bring your attention to this stretch of upper deck on I-35 approaching the Miller area. We've had a lot of things going on there, and of course these bridges and upper passes are really our trouble spots we've been seeing this morning. So what happened a little bit earlier is this truck lost control, and it was just one of those domino crashes. Several vehicles involved here. Luckily, they're able to get that moved out. The roads are looking much better. You can see we've got kind of some nice movement going on here. It's been a lot of these delivery trucks, understandably, that have had to be out. They don't have a choice to do it. So let's take a look, though. I mean, we still have a very active map. You name it. We're all dealing with just a little bit of something. But wanted to give you kind of another point here. You can see just all that stop and go that's been coming in from South Austin. And let's take a look around town this morning. A lot of stalled vehicles out there as well. And that is where that incident was at 38th and a half Street that I was showing you. That looks like it's clearing out right now, which is great to see. Good morning to you. If you're coming in from the Manor area, we do have an incident right now, and this is 290 westbound at Decker, not too far from where we have our Austin Rodeo out there, just north of there. So definitely seeing some stop and go for y'all as well this morning. Out at Loop 360 near Spicewood Springs, we've been seeing some slowdowns there. So really widespread that we're talking about this morning as you were heading out the door. Let's go ahead and take a look around as well. You can definitely see the speeds are reflecting. Everyone's just kind of really trying to slow it down as we are heading out. And I just wanted to share this resource with you. This is great to have year-round in Texas. If you didn't know, TxDOT has a wonderful program that is called the HERO program, and they will come and help you out as long as the road's been treated and you're not in too much of a tricky spot. It's 512-974-4376, and that is a free resource for Texans to utilize to get out the door. Also, just wanted to let you know, we are seeing these ice reports really across the state today. Dallas is kind of sitting out of this one. They had a good go of it, last week or so. So right now, though, out in Amarillo, if you're heading way out there, a lot of ice reports. Every silver circle you see is an official ice report. And Houston, what a time. And then along the Texas coast, it's just been kind of a crazy morning. So everyone is dealing with a little bit of something. The Austin airport, check in with your airline. You might be seeing some delays or cancellation. And a reminder that both airports in Houston are closed today due to these current weather conditions, which could have a ripple effect with travel today. So once again, it has been a very active morning. Let's go ahead and take a look again. Buda, 20 miles per hour, which, I mean, we're already used to going that slow coming in from South Austin, but the slick conditions just isn't really helping anybody right now. But let's go ahead and get that live picture up once again. Okay, we're moving slow, but the lanes are opened up again. It has just been such a rough morning out there, but I mean, it's in slow motion right now, but they were able to clear out the vehicles there that crashed from much earlier. But look at all the snow you can see on the side of the road. So with that, we're gonna get a look at current weather conditions with Jordan. But once again, keep up with me on social media. I will take care of y'all until we get all this snow cleared out. But the best bet, stay home, enjoy it from home. Don't get on the roads. We just don't do well in it. So stay safe out there, y'all. And Jordan, I believe you're coming up next with the weather.
Yes, absolutely, Hannah. Thank you so much. And we are taking a look at that radar right now, and we are starting to see that band of snow pass right through the heart of downtown Austin, and also places like Manor starting to see that snow start to taper off. But we've also got a good band moving through sections of Elgin in northern Bastrop County. Also places like Wimberley are going to start to see a little bit of this as well. And as we zoom this out, we do have dry air that is sliding in from the northwest. And what that's allowing for is a lot of that snow shower activity that's passing through the Houston area now and through portions of southeast Texas and southwestern Louisiana. It's starting to really taper that off for us here locally. So good news there. We do have that winter storm warning that is in effect for the I-35 corridor in Austin Metro and points off to the east as well. And this is until 6 o'clock tonight, whereas Burnett, Blanco, Llano, and Gillespie counties, they have that winter weather advisory until 6 tonight. And that all has to do with accumulations. There's slightly higher accumulation over the Austin Metro and the coastal plains than what we're seeing in the hill country. And what that means is that there are worse travel impacts for the Austin Metro and points off to the south and east than what we've got in the hill country this morning. So definitely want to pay attention. And as Hannah said, make sure you slow down if you have to be out. If you don't, you do need to stay home. And also, make sure you're bundling up if you are heading out as well, because we have that cold weather advisory throughout the entirety of Central Texas until noon on your Wednesday. And that is because we are looking at wind chills getting down to the teens. And as we take a look downtown over at the state capitol, look at that. The grounds of the Capitol nice and snow covered. It looks like a bit of a dusting of snow there. And temperatures are currently in the upper 20s at both Camp Mabry as well as the Austin Airport. And we do actually not have any 30s on the map. Cameron, you were at 30 briefly earlier this morning, but we're still in the mid-20s out in sections of the hill country. And when you factor in those winds that are gusting up to around 5 to 15 miles an hour, and even some gusts getting up to around 20 miles an hour in places like Georgetown, here are those temperatures you need to actually dress for. These are your feels like temperatures. And we do have 20 here in town as well as Bastrop, but we're looking at upper teens for most of us. But Llano, you have a wind chill of 25. Now through tomorrow morning, that's our weather impact alert period, and that's because of the snow that we've seen as well as today's and tomorrow morning's hard freezes. So hopefully you have those 4 Ps in place. You should have had them done by now. But if you have to be out, again, make sure you slowly drive and do not speed. And if you do not have to be out, it's a good idea to stay home for today. Now let's go hour by hour, and this is by the time we get to 11 o'clock. We do get closer to those lower 30s here in town, and then eventually we could be getting close to 40 in spots, especially the closer you get to I-10, maybe even here in the Austin Metro as well, even some upper 30s out in the hill country as well. That is going to help with a little bit of that melting, but then watch this as we go into late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Anything that doesn't melt is going to refreeze. So you're going to want to watch this very, very closely. And then we're going to warm up quite nicely over the next few days. We're going to be getting to the mid 50s on Thursday and then lower 60s as we head into Saturday. Real quick, your allergy count. Cedar and mold are in the medium. Still had elevated levels of alternaria. And there are a few other assorted trees that amount to around 12 grains per cubic meter. And it checked in the low count. And you can find this allergy count each and every day on KVUE.com and the KVUE app. Now, quick look at your 7-day forecast before we get set for our 8:55 cut-in. We're going to warm up quite nicely by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday. And look at Sunday's high getting close to 70 with maybe an isolated rain shower chance with another coastal low. But thankfully this time we have much warmer air that particular occasion. So we won't necessarily have any snow, but we're probably going to have just liquid precipitation. But the chances of even that are limited to around 20%. So pretty much an up and down. And the thing about Texas is that there is a little something for everyone. So you definitely want to stay tuned here locally. We are going to have all the latest for you as you go throughout the course of the day today. So thank you all so much for joining us this morning so far. And we're going to have one more cut in by the time we get closer to 9 in the morning. And I'll be on again on KV News Midday starting at 11 with all of the latest. For now, thank you so much for joining us.
Hotel. We're moving in here. Hello, cozy bed. Oh, hello, sugar bear. I FaceTime with my little honey, and time for